And now let us start preparing our performance management dish with the aim of getting good taste and good experience. Our purposefulness is about integration, collaboration, and objectivity. We need to achieve effective integration of all the ingredients that we talked about in a logical manner. We need to achieve effective collaboration between key players in the process. Performance management process involves a number of people, and we'll be seeing that. This leads to real teamwork where it really matters, and that is in achieving desirable results. We need to achieve objectivity by ensuring measurability of objectives and the results, as well as rating the results. These to me are the foundations of good taste and good experience in performance management. At this point, I introduce the performance management system that I want to use to achieve the purposefulness, the logical approach, and the practicality of administering performance management process. It is Delsco Performance Management System, or DPMS in brief. DPMS comes with a web-based tool which enables administration of performance management online, thus being very useful in these days of social distancing, not to mention the advantages of efficiency and cost effectiveness. I start with collaboration within the context of DPMS. The system considers and enables two important aspects with regard to collaboration. The first is identifying the primary players in the process. I refer to them by their roles. These are the performers and supervisors. Remember the catalyst ingredients. The catalyst factor means that when the performer and or supervisor does not act, nothing happens. And when they do wrong things, the performance results, which are the outcome of the performance management process, are wrong. The reverse, which is desirable, is true. That is, if they do the right things, then we get the right results or good results. DPMS enables and, to some degree, enforces development of consensus between performers and supervisors during the three formal stages of performance management process. These are the stages of setting objectives, the stages of reviews, and the stage of appraisal. The second point I want to bring up around collaboration is the enabling and encouragement of iteration. That is to say, and I'll give an example, a consideration or a proposal of an objective can come from either side, either the supervisor or performer. And then this is bounced back and forth with refinements at each stage until a consensus is reached. Remember the ingredient called information system. This becomes very handy here in flavoring the iterations and the consensus outcome. DPMS contributes to achievement of objectivity by use of the tool that I mentioned above. The tool helps by enabling quality assurance during the process of setting objectives. It is designed to only accept recording of measurable objectives and structuring performance rating thresholds. This totally eliminates subjectivity within the performance management process. It further encourages focus on critical objectives by limiting the number to 8. This will certainly challenge both supervisors and performers to hone in on their skills in deriving measurable objectives. Remember the purpose and responsibilities in the ingredient we called job definition. These two elements, when appropriately defined, will greatly help in deriving measurable objectives. They will also help in achieving the focus mentioned above. DPMS recognizes that performance management starts well before the stage of setting objectives. Essential factors about the organization need to be defined and anchored to provide inputs to the stage of setting objectives. Using the mentioned tool, DPMS pulls the information pertaining to the organization, job definitions, and structures these for reference within performance management process. This logical process brings credence to the performance management process that follows. At the same time, the process challenges top management to provide credible direction by ensuring that the fundamental organization's factors represent the realities of the current situation. Remember the ingredients: strategic plan, annual business plans, balanced scorecard framework, operations model, and job definitions. These are what we are referring to that need to be refreshed and represent the realities of the day. Compromises in these areas will mean mismatch between performance management and the realities on the ground. Again, remember the cries, or should we say performance issue symptoms that were about good performance ratings for staff, but an organization struggling to survive and or grow. The source of these issues is actually that mismatch. Next in DPMS is the main performance management process, comprising the three sub-processes of planning, of which the outcomes are objectives with their respective rating thresholds. Managing, which is punctuated by progress reviews and corrective measures. And lastly, appraising, which in effect is rating the results. Appraising is the easiest and actually automatic if prior two stages are well managed, but it can be a nightmare and a source of discontent when the process is flawed. This is the time to remember the importance of collaboration and objectivity. They must be present in the process to avoid the flaws.
The performance management tool, as you can see on the chart, is the bridge that connects elements that come from the organization model to the performance management process. In this way, it helps in the integration of relevant information. It is also designed to help in enabling quality assurance in collaboration and objectivity, which I covered earlier in the presentation. Because of its structuring features, it's been named Performance Management Structuring Tool, abbreviated PMST. PMST is web-based, thus allowing online administration of performance management process, a point that I made earlier in the presentation. Use of PMST practically enables injection of good taste and good experience in performance management process. At the ingredient stage of this presentation, I explained the characteristics of leadership practices, policy, and information system. I call them the action shapers. This is because the composite of the three determines how performance management is implemented and maintained in the organization, or if it dies altogether. Note that they permeate all facets of the system, from strategy formulation and or maintenance to the performance management process, where the rubber meets the road in so far as delivering results are concerned. The needle and the thread that hold performance management together. I dare say that close examination of issues in performance management lands on one, two, or all the three as the causes. I further dare say that leadership practices bear the highest influence amongst the three. As I come to the end of this presentation, I trust that you are able to relate to some of the points. We at Delsco are committed to supporting you in any or all that pertains to performance management. You can reach Delsco through the contacts at the bottom of this last slide. The website will lead you to a formal way of submitting your expressions of interest in a structured way. I thank you for your time and wish you the very best in achieving performance management with good taste and with good experience at your level and for others who depend on you. Adios.